Guys, Ben Johnson from TFC. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can deal with an opponent catching your kick. Now, the first way is probably my favorite way and probably the most effective, is if I throw a kick at Nick and he catches my kick, the arm that he's used to catch my leg is obviously having to be brought away from his head in order to do so. So my first point of call is I just throw a punch as soon as he catches that kick. So they go in. Sometimes I'll even anticipate the fact they're going to catch, so maybe they've caught my kick already, and maybe they swept me. I'm like, all right, I know what he's doing. He's a guy who his built-in response is to catch that leg when the kick comes up. So I'll bait him with it, and as soon as he catches, boom, I'll just come straight over with that punch. So catch that kick, Nicky. So I'm here moving around, I throw the kick, boom, straight away. And if he decides he wants to hold on, it wasn't a hard catch, a hard punch, because let's be honest, when you're on one leg, how hard can your punch really be? I'll just throw multiple in a row until he gets annoyed with it and let's go. And that exchange was won by me in that instance. So that's my first thing I like to go to. Now, if they're a little bit faster on the reaction and they try to close the distance, so if he catches that kick out nice and long, when he's out here, that's a great distance for me to punch at, and it's a terrible distance for him to try and sweep. The further he is from me, the harder it's going to be for him to take out my grounded leg. So let me demonstrate quickly what I mean. So Nick, if you throw a kick at me, from here, I'm not very strong because my legs are further from my center of mass. So if I was trying to sweep, I want to get closer to Nick. However I want to do it, there's lots of ways. So throw that kick again. Up, catch, change to the other leg. If I want to sweep this way, notice I have to get quite close to him in order to take out that grounded leg. So if he throws a kick from here, I go to sweep him from there. I've got no power, but if I step right in and take that leg out and get my weight underneath him, it's a lot easier. See, it didn't really even take that much effort from my sweeping leg. So the closer I get to him, the more effective my sweep is going to be. So throw that switch kick again. So from here, if I'm trying to do the same from here, I don't have that power. So if Nick catches my right leg and he stays long, I'm going to be trying to throw that punch. If, however, he closes that distance and he starts to get closer in order to sweep the leg, I need to start looking at other ways to defend it. And what I try and do is get some frames inside his hips to once again control that distance. So that can be a couple of ways of doing it. One is I bring the leg, the shin, from around the side to inside the hip. So I've caught it, I'll grab a hold, so I'm not, I've got something to stabilize me. This leg here, I'll bring it from across. See, at the moment you can see it's across the ribs. I'll bring that to inside the hips here, and that just gives a frame to stop him from getting too close to once again get underneath me and sweep that grounded leg. So, and it can happen quite quickly. I catch, he's trying to come in to sweep, and I just bring that in straight away like that. Notice what I'm doing with this hand. I'm pulling his head down to break his posture at the same time. So I've got my shin or my knee pushing forward and the hand pulling in. So he goes from this posture to this posture. Catch, he comes in, I bring that on the inside. Notice I'm dealing with this hand too, so that he can't strike me or anything like that. I've got an elbow frame on his shoulder. I've got that knee in here, and then I can start to push. And the more I push like that, the more he buckles, and it's easier for me to just pull my leg against his arm here. When he's up like this, it's strong, but when he's like that, that arm's more likely to give way, and I can put my whole body weight into it. So one more time. Kick, he starts to come in. I bring that frame on the inside. Notice, just let go of that hand for a second. See where I am here? I've got it, my knee is on the outside of his hip, but the foot is on the inside of his hip. So it's almost going across like that. This hand here is dealing with this punch like that. And I'll pull weight down with this. And notice, I'm in a great position to start following up with knees off the end of that. The third way, risky, but can be effective if you have practiced it right and you know where the balancing point is to jump. Now this obviously is mostly effective in Muay Thai, not things like MMA where you have to worry about people doing double leg takedowns. If you jump up, they can just hold you and then slam you. So risky move in MMA, but in Muay Thai with the rule set, this can work quite well. If he's got that nice and tight grip here, I'm gonna try and get my knee over to on top of his glove. Now it's hard to do when I'm on the side like that and I've got very little strength in that adductor pulling it down. But if I can get above, see what happened to his hand there. As soon as I got above, let go for a second, man. As soon as I got above, my weight above my knee and my knee over his glove, that brings it from here where it's strong. You think about if you've just done the shopping, you got all the shopping bags and you carry them on your arm and you put them at the elbow, you can load up quite a lot of shopping bags right in that elbow joint there, right? It's a lot harder holding them on the hand because it's further from the lever. So what I'm trying to do is bring my weight when when he catches. At the moment, if we face this way a little bit, at the moment, see how it's close to his elbow and it's close to his lever, meaning that it's going to be easier for him to hold. If I can bring the weight over to that glove, so shift it over there with my knee, it's further from the lever and the weight becomes harder for him to hold. And then, instead of just pulling down, but I can get my weight above it and I use my weight and gravity to assist, it's quite easy to slip out. Catch, and then I start dropping that weight. Now even you can give a little bit of resistance on that if you want. So catch, pull him in, and then I start and notice he can hang on if he wants, but it's a matter of time. And while I'm up there, in Muay Thai, you can be dropping some elbows, give him something to think about, make him think, uh-oh, and then he's got to let go anyway. So again, you have to get that balancing point right. If I come to here, I've just got 1 foot off the ground, I'm going to fall backwards. I have to get his head to my chest when I jump up, get my weight over top, drop my knee onto his glove, over the thumb of his glove, and then drive it down. And look where he's ended up. He can stay here if he wants, but it's not a great position for him. So he's probably most likely going to want to let go and deal with the knees. While he's doing that, I get 2 frames over his head, keeping that weight down so he can't come up easily. Catch, he's got a tight grip. I get my weight above him, drive that knee down, start to go like this. The beauty of that one as well, I know we got one of our fighters, he's a world champion now, Corey Nicholson. He's now at another gym, but was with us for years. He used to be a professional at this one. He was so nice at being here, and while they went to sweep that leg, he'd jump up and get over top of him. He did it so many times over the years. He was just a master at it. One more time. Catch, they go to sweep the leg, and while he does that, he just get up on top. And notice how he starts to buckle. Even if he wants to hold onto that leg, he's got the option of holding onto the leg and buckling, or letting go of the leg, staying more upright. But now I've got my leg back, I've got his neck, and I can start throwing those knees. So those are 3 ways, guys, all of them. The first way requires the least amount of practice, and it's usually the one I go to first. Second way and third way require a little more practice, but all can be very effective ways of dealing with an opponent catching a kick, and gives you options to go on the counter attack straight afterwards. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know in the comments what you think of these techniques.